a few horsepower, because Ducatis might have this reputation, but something like the Little Monster 600 does not actually live up to the Ducati reputation. We get underway, a bit of fresh air under the front wheel of Del Dowds there. He initially makes a good start, but I think he gives it a few too many herbs as he lets the clutch out. So that's going to be third on the grid. Who was that third, mate?
Third on the grid, Dave Twyford.
Dave Twyford, yep, he has made the start. He's got a 3 or 4 bike length lead as he goes through Redgate down to Hollywood. I'm sure that'll be Dave Lindemann in third place as well. So pretty much like the front row all got away okay. So maybe Mr. Lindemann needs to work on those starts just a little bit. But again, he is a relative rookie. He's raced in his native South Africa before, but mainly at Kyalami. But this is his first season in the UK, so all these tracks are new to him. I was talking to his dad the other day, and he was saying that people complain about how far it is to get to a track here. He said try driving 16 hours to get to East Fortune, which is the next nearest track to Kyalami. So, yeah, different perspective, really. Up they go then towards Coppers for the first time of 6. This is a 6-lap race. The next race for these guys and everybody else will be 9 laps, and then this afternoon it's 8 laps if we can keep everything on schedule. We're trying to give everybody as much value as we can, and we are also hoping to run the L&W Contractors Rookie 600s and Rookie 1000s as race number 23, but we're only going to do that if we've got enough spare time at the end of the day and everybody behaves themselves. So the leaders coming into the Robert Chicane, or out of the Robert Chicane now, and it is Twyford from Dowds, from Lindemann looking at that. That's Steve Costin there in 4th place, another one of the Sublime Design bikes, and looking very slick indeed. No great changes in the top 4 already, starting to open up a bit of a gap. And then we've got Ollie Arbin. Little Ollie's capable of doing well as well. He needs to get away with those leaders and chase hard after him. Kev Lilly's behind him, and we know whatever Kevin's capable of. Jack Bennis in total fitness, unfortunately losing a few places at the start. Seb Barron, again, a relative rookie, another one who's been kicked out of the rookie class and has been promoted to the main class simply because he's got a lot of experience racing overseas. James Svensson, our reigning mini-twin rookie champion there, is in 10th place as well. And I'm surprised we're not seeing James challenge, because we are very used to seeing the rookie mini-twins leaders kind of go on to challenge for the main prize in the next year, aren't we, Bradley?
Yeah, you're right there. And say, going back a few years, as we keep mentioning there, Matt Weatherall went on to win the MRO Minitwin Championship the year after he won the rookies then. But we're watching the riders then come down the back straight, and it is Del Dowds who's gone purple in that first sector then, looking to close on that half-second gap that Dave Twyford managed to pull out on the opening lap then. So we're watching them come down in towards the Robert Chicane, then through the right, over to the left. Dave Twyford, Del Dowds and Dave Lindemann is your top 3 as ever. Then it's Steve Costin, Ollie Arbin and Kev Lilly. The gap has closed up from 0.505 down to 0.403, and it's a 1 minute 15.983 for Del Dowds on that first flying lap then. So we're half a second away from the new lap record set by Lindemann yesterday, and that is your top 3. Costin, Arbin, Lilly, Bettis, Finnis, Barron and James Fenton. Number 15 there rounding out the top 10 ahead of Brian Mayer, who unfortunately had to retire from the race yesterday. I think it's an issue with the left-hand side rear set or the gear lever.
Okay, that's a great shame for Brian, but hopefully everything's all sorted. He won't have any problems today. You're right, we've got purple in sector 1 that time round for Dowds, purple in sector 2 for Twyford though, so I wonder if that's an indication of who's stronger in which zone. But Twyford did lose out just a little bit there, came across the line 0.4 of a second apart, and I'm not going to write Lindemann off. He might be about half a second behind, so there's just 0.9 of a second covering the top 3 there, but we do know what Mr. Lindemann is capable of. We get 2 greens and a purple, and it's a purple again for Dowds. He's clearly got that first section sussed, but we do know how strong Twyford now. But I'll tell you what, we're going to see a challenge for the lead, I think, coming into the Robert Chicane. I'm just having a quick look on the CCTV, but Twyford, I think, is strong on the brakes, or is that Dowds? Yeah, it is Dowds in second place. Look at Lindemann, though. I think he's got Dowds in his sight as well. So Dell is concentrating on trying to find a way past on David in front of him, but I think Mr. Lindemann behind him is going to give him something to worry about.
Lindemann's gone fastest on that lap, 0.2 of a second quicker than Dowds and 0.3 of a second quicker than your race leader. So it's all closed up in that top 3. Only 0.7 of a second separates Twyford from Dowds from Lindemann. Ollie Arbin's now ahead of Steve Costin, so the number 3 ahead of the 33. Then it's Kev Lilly, Jack Bettis, Toby Finnis, then it's Seb Barron. Brian Mayer now relegates James Fenton for 10th place and 11th. Lee Smith, Brad Catlin, Johnson and Lee Ellis rounds out the points finishes at the moment. But the race leaders through the old hairpin then underneath where Starkey's Bridge was then, and they are back into our sight once more. It's still the yellow machine of Twyford from the Sublime Design Suzuki of Del Dowds, and then the 333 machine of Dave Lindemann.
Yep, the Giraffe decorating supported machine. There's nothing between them, as you say. 0.7 of a second was the gap between the three of them. They tripped the timing in, and again, Downs loves a bit of a purple sector there. He really is chasing Twyford down there. But again, we see PBs from Twyford and Lindemann. So it could be, we're talking fractions of a second. There could literally be a thousandth of a second between a personal best and a purple. It's as simple as that. So nothing is decided. They play the slipstream game all the way down the long race straight. They come out of the Robert Chicane and they've closed up again. That's about 3 or 4 bike lengths between each of them there. That's going to translate to 0.357, and it's a new lap record again for Lindemann. He's actually gone lower than his time from yesterday. He has a look at Downs into Redgate. Can't quite do it there. Dell a bit stronger on the brakes, but the three of them, Constantine, are up together. There's now about bike length between them. That 0.3 of a second gap has got to be down to about 0.15 of a second gap, I reckon. There, nothing between them. Got to apologise to Arbon, Costin and Lilly, because they're actually having a really good battle for 4th place, about 6.5 seconds or so behind them. Finnis is having his good little battle with Betters there, and Barron as well, the rookie Polish guy. So loads of other action. Go on, mate.
Well, the race there, we've got 2 riders just making their way up through Swanson McLean's here. So that's how we've got 1, 2, and then that's that battle for what was 4th place. So it seems as though we're missing someone from that top 3. We'll get confirmation when they don't come through that first sector.
Downs has gone, unfortunately. He hasn't tripped the timing beam over the back. We don't know what's happened to Dell, unfortunately. We don't see anything on the camera. We don't hear anything on the radio, but unfortunately Downs has not tripped the timing beam somewhere around the circuit. I'll have to look. No, we're getting no zoom in, so whatever's happened is obviously relatively minor, but we've got no idea at all whether it was an incident between Lindemann and Dowds, or whether he lobbed it all by himself. We've only got the last lap flag now to go. Thank you, mate. As we see, let's see, Dowds there. Drops down the order here.
What's coming across the line then between Costin, Arbon and Lilly is now the battle for that final podium position. So Ollie Arbon again goes up the inside of Steve Costin, so who's 4th across the line. He's 3rd as they go around Redgate then, but Twyford and Lindemann now nearly have a 2nd.
Just having a quick look. Twyford does double greens on there, so he doesn't set a personal best. So he sets a personal best sector 1, sector 2, but it's enough for a new lap record. So there you go. You can get 2 greens and still get the lap record. So Twyford knows he's got to try and defeat Lindemann. I don't know if Dave's had a look behind him. He's not one of those guys who spends a lot of time sniffing his left armpit to see who's behind him, but he knows he's under a lot of pressure regardless. And certainly Lindemann, if he's going to have a go at trying to win this race, he's going to pull something out of the hat. Looks like they've gone yellow now in sector 1. Are we starting to hit a bit of traffic, or are they just starting to stretch out a bit?
I think Twyford and Lindemann, they stretched out here. It was 0.958 as they came across the line here, and their lights went out. It's run about a second or so apart, and we're looking for that battle for 3rd place. In fact, Costin, Arbon and Lilly was the battle across the line there, but of course Arbon got the better of Costin in towards Redgate. But the race leader then, Dave Twyford, comes out of Robert Chicane and will cross the line to take his first race win of the weekend ahead of Dave Lindemann. The 333 machine will take 20 points then. And
look at that time for Twyford. He does double yellow, so there's a 15.5. That would have been a lap record if he'd done that any other time of the race. So that is fantastic stuff.
Rounding off the podium is the number 3 machine of Ollie Arbon. He's having a great weekend. They're making amends after Snetterton, which is a difficult one for the Arbon family, but Justin will be cheering him on from the Isle of Man.
We know Dad Justin's listening. Hi, Justin. Having a good time there. So, yeah, as, one of those little quiet aeroplanes is about to come over.